Hi, and welcome to the first Voyager sports discussion. We have Josh, Cameron, Eric, Anthony, and Matt. So, the Eagles, they got a big game this weekend, Super Bowl, going for the first win. What do you think they need to do to get it done, Reno?
All right, to start off on the offensive side of the ball, the biggest highlight player to me is not Nick Foles, even though he's coming off a career game. J.J. needs to have a career game here in the Super Bowl. And for J.J. to have a career game, the offensive line is going to have to play just as superb as it did in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, Foles needs to stay calm in the pocket. O-line needs to protect him. If Foles has time, he can get the receivers.
Another big thing they need to do is control the clock. If they have the ball for more than 35 seconds or 35 minutes, then they should be in good shape in this game.
Yeah, the Eagles over the course of the year have been one of the top 3 teams in time of possession.
I think that might be number 1.
Yeah, they might be number 1 or number 2, and that's a major factor in many of the ones we've gotten this season.
As far as the defensive side of the ball, the main really thing we need to do is stop Gronk and get pressure on Brady. Obviously, Gronk, it's hard to cover. I mean, he's too big for any corner. He's too fast for any linebacker. Gotta get somebody like Malcolm Jenkins or Rodney McLeod on him that can maybe take him down and hopefully keep step for step with him.
Yeah, I think best course of action there is put a linebacker on him down low and have a safety shadowing him. I think another big factor for the Eagles is that Patriots usually take over late in games that have numerous comeback wins, like last year in the Super Bowl and last week. I think the Eagles' rotation of 8 on the D-line is going to really help them out because their pass rush doesn't really get tired. And I think the game's going to end up being won in the trenches, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. I think the Eagles have had pretty much the best offensive line in the league as well as the best defensive line. So that's a key area to watch for this Sunday.
Yeah, gotta disrupt Brady's passes. Get to Brady. We have a great defensive line. Gotta get to Brady, and if you disrupt his passes, you can't find his receivers.
Fletcher Cox is going to have a big game today in the Super Bowl.
Well, if I'm the Patriots, I imagine the Patriots are going to have a specific plan to try and stop Fletcher Cox as much as possible. I think the highlight player on the defensive line is going to be Chris Long. Because Chris Long, he's an edge rusher. They're going to double team Fletcher Cox, which they probably should, and that might maybe not stop them. But if they do, which most teams so far this year have done, then it's going to be down to Chris Long, Derek Barnett, Brandon Graham. It's going to be down to someone else in the line to make some clutch sacks and plays.
Double teams open up one-on-ones for everyone else on the D-line.
Oh yeah, and I think Chris Long, Brandon Graham, and Barnett on the line, if you put them one-on-one, I think we're going to get at least 2 sacks this game.
Chris Long has been known to come up with strip sacks all throughout this season. He did it in the last game. He's going to have another big play.
Yeah, I think an important philosophy that we have to go in with is that you can't really take your foot off the gas pedal because we saw what happened with Atlanta and Jacksonville. And I think if the Eagles offense could put up 38 on the Vikings, I think they can do just as good, if not better, on the Patriots. And I think you have to come out firing and don't let up till the end.
Doug Peterson has shown his aggressiveness throughout the season. He's going to have to keep his foot on the pedal throughout the fourth quarter if we have a lead.
Definitely. Also, lastly, gotta make sure those balls aren't deflated, because, yeah.